Happy Monday. This is the last sunny day until who knows when. There's gonna be other sunny days, but it's gonna be cold. On Thursday, it drops back down to 40 degrees, the high of 40. It's like 70 degrees outside right now. It's not very windy, but it is windy. And that is why I will not be going on a walk. Because also I have stuff to do here. I'm going to hem my skirt, or at least start to hem it. I also have to find a show to watch because I did finish Southland. I did, yes. It only took a week. Disappointed in the ending. Very disappointed. I feel like, I don't know if it got canceled and there were more plans for it, or if that was like a written ending. Really? Don't. I can't even. Anyways, I'm almost done with my book. Also only took a week. I have about 50 pages left. About 50 pages left. One final chapter, like a chapter and a half. And then this is done. It's been so good. I'm excited to see how this wraps up. I need to get more horror books, I think. I only have 2 books here that I have not read. And one of them I've tried to read 2 times and I don't know what's wrong. Maybe I'll try to pick it up a 3rd time. 3rd time's a charm, you know? Whatever. I did wear that new shirt that I got from Flower Child. Let me show you the fit. I don't know if it's gonna... Okay. It's pretty basic. Literally just my long black skirt and tank top with this over it. But I love this top so much. I was gonna wear my other one this morning, but I really want to wear it with the skirt that I have to hem. And I tried on with this skirt and I was like, I hate this actually. So I think the chosen skirt that I have to hem is the only option for that. Or maybe I just need to figure out a different way to wear it. I feel like it'd be fine with jeans, the other shirt. I don't know. Anyways, it's just a cute outfit. I will continue to wear this so many more times. I love this thingy. I don't think I can keep it on a hanger because as you can see, it's... I think that's from the hanger. I am about to go walk to the bookstore because I think I am going to run out of books to read. I know I'm going back home next week, but I also know I want a horror book, and I do not have any more horror books at home that I have not read because I finished this one today. I loved it. This is actually the first in a series, so I'll see if they have the second one. Hopefully get it, or see if they have more by this author. I really liked it. Wow. I don't want to spoil anything because I think read this book, but I brought another one to start at work and it might be scarier. This book, now I think I got this last year. It was on sale or something and I was like, okay, that looks interesting. I missed where it says right there, gut-wrenching. Yeah. Because I'm only this far through. Oh my gosh. So the main character, Enchanted, she wants to be a singer, right? So then she does this like singing competition and gets noticed by this famous singer. And because she's only 17 years old, this man is 28. And like, I had to put this down so many times. It's very easy to read. They're pretty short chapters. Is this the best written book I've ever... No. But I enjoy it. It's just, I had to put it down because I cannot... It's disturbing. It's so disturbing. And I'm just excited for when he gets killed. Maybe. I don't know. Well, I know he gets killed. I'm not spoiling anything. See who killed... Yep. So I'm not spoiling anything, but I'm excited for when he dies. Let's just say that, because guys, anyways, let's go to the bookstore. while it's nice and bright outside, I'm going to continue hemming my skirt. This is what I did yesterday. It's not that much, but I'm happy with it. You can't really see the stitches, but this was making me upset though, because see how I like roll it over twice so it's a cleaner edge? This is like the raw edge, see? And it's not that much to work with to get it tacked down. It was driving me insane, but I am in a better mood, I guess. I don't know. I went on a little walk, bought me a book, and now hopefully get this one side done. I don't know, that's a lot of fabric to do, but if I lock in, I'm gonna lock in right now and hopefully get this one side done. I finished hemming one side of my skirt. I'm pretty happy with it for it being my first time hemming anything. First time sewing on clothing in a very long time. Pretty good if you ask me. I did take my hair straightener and just went along this, but this is my favorite part right here. This is like the best. I think I did the entire side. I'll finish it hopefully by Friday. This other part is split into 2 sections, so I might do half tomorrow, half Thursday. Who knows? But like, look at this part. Perfect. Not really, but good enough for my first time. And it is a lot better than what was originally taken up, because originally that much was taken up and now it's just that much. That's like what? Is that 3 inches? Let me pull out my ruler. About 3.5 inches. So guys, I'm so excited to finish this and then get to wear it with my one shirt. Tomorrow, I don't know what I'm wearing. I don't know what I'm wearing tomorrow. It's supposed to rain all day, rain and storm, and I don't know what the wind is looking like. I know my bangs are gonna be not back like this. They're gonna be clipped back, but I'm not excited for tomorrow. I finished this today. Wow. 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 Devastating. The ending, good. It was a happy ending, I guess. But literally you don't get a happy ending until like the last chapter, and there are 90 chapters in this that they're just really short, and that's why I could blow through this in like a day technically. Wow. Again, I did have to set it down a couple of times because the stuff that is in here, that like literally before you start reading, there is a trigger warning. Hold on. Content warning. See? Like, oh my. Wow. I don't know if I can suggest this book. I mean, I do suggest this book, but only read it if you can mentally handle it. I don't know, guys. This book, crazy and sad, devastating. But I did start my other book. I didn't get that far into it. Literally 2 chapters, barely chapters. It was like how the other one started, where it does a little, like the first kill and then backstory on just whatever we're dealing with, like murder. I don't know. They're just a story, I guess. And then we're getting back to Jade's POV. So I'm excited. This one is dedicated to Wes Craven, aka the creator of Scream, which is a series that has been I'm not watching this most recent one. The 6th one was bad. We don't need to do 7. And like, I don't understand how it's still going, because the original movies, like, I forget when Stab first showed up. It might have been the 3rd one. Or what, did they talk about it in the first one? I don't know. But Stab had all these movies and they were, I think it was the 3rd one, because that's when they were watching it in the theater. Or is that the 2nd one? I think that was the 2nd one. Guys, do you know when they were watching Stab in the theaters and then they got killed? I don't know, it was brought up in the last book. But yes, I'm excited. I think I'm just gonna keep reading at work. Today I might work on my skirt. I don't know. It's really gloomy outside and I think it's about to start raining right now, if it's not already raining. I don't know, maybe I'll put on a movie or something, or take a nap. I might take a nap. I'm really tired. But coworker bought me some food again today. I just got some fries because I had just like finished nibbling on my breakfast. And then, yeah, the fries weren't that good though, which I'm sad. They put way too much salt on. Like, why are we putting so much salt on this? And it was like the coarse salt too. There's no need for that. There's no need for that. Anyways, I'm excited. Hopefully I'll get this done this week. And we'll see how much I get into it. I did finish the other one in a week, but I don't think I'll finish this one in like literally 2 days before I go home. So, I don't know. We'll see. You guys get a Pitt debrief tomorrow morning, but because I can't, but I just wanted to say, I genuinely think I have to stop watching the Pitt before bed, even though I won't. I know I won't. I have to tune in every Thursday at 9 p.m. only for 1 more month, but like, I cannot go to sleep. It's 10 p.m. I have work in the morning, but I just get so filled with energy. I'm so excited for tomorrow's bit. Good morning. You guys know what time it is. Pitt debrief. Last night's episode was so good. I'm excited for next episode because the preview, so much was going on. I'm actually just excited for all of the rest of the episodes. Nervous for the 13th episode because I think it's a big Mohan episode, and Supriya has talked about it like since before this season started, like on red carpet. There was a question asked to everybody that was like, what episode like are you most excited for? And she said episode 13. So we'll see. And I've seen some other interviews. Nervous. So this episode started, we got the water slide victims. There were 3. Well, I'm sure there were more, but we only saw 3 in this episode. The first one, the leg that got crushed. Well, there were no crush injuries on the leg, so it just got severed. That was crazy. This is the 2nd person to lose their leg this season. Concerning me only because the Pitt likes to do this thing where they connect their patients with their doctors, and you know what doctor does not have a leg? Dr. Jack Abbott. But also he's not showing up until, again, the 13th episode because he's sleeping right now. Anyways, nothing too crazy happened on the first 2 patients because obviously the first one, her only injury, I believe, or most pressing injury was the lack of a leg, even though they are reattaching it because they brought their orthopedic surgeon down, Shark, who is played by, I don't even know the actor's name, whoever plays Tommy in 911. Anyways, and then second injury, I think it was a crush injury. I don't know. Something with his chest. I don't know if it was broken. I think he had a tear in his lung, small tear in his lung. Okay, they took care of that. And then the third victim was a little boy. He got brought in a little bit later after the episodes like started to move away, like do other things. But something with his throat was crushed or something. And Ahashimi, she is my, not number one, but she's at the top of my list. I will forgive the AI stuff. She did a really cool procedure. Nobody else had done it before. I don't even know if I think they heard of it. I don't know. Nobody had done it before. She hadn't even done it before. But she was so confident. And like, wow. Because like, Robbie's like, how many have you done before? Or I don't know, whoever else was in there. How many have you done before? She said, that was my first one. I've only done them in like a lab, like sim lab. So, and then Garcia walks in and she's like, the OR is gonna have to clean up your mess. And then Alashimi is like one of the first person to like speak back to her and be like, or they'll thank me because the little boy's alive. Because what was going through Garcia's head? Yes, it's messy, but like there was no other way to intubate him. There was no other way to get oxygen to him. And Garcia and Santos, they're done. They're so done. I don't know what's going on with Santos. I feel like is going to have a breakdown or something because, like, I understand she's beefing with Langdon, right? I understand they don't like each other, but she was like going at him really hard this episode. And then she goes to talk to Garcia in the hallway. Well, they just run into each other. And she's like, what's going on? Like, why did you go with Langdon on, like, what was being said in the OR? Or trauma room? And she's like, because he was right. Like, keep this middle school stuff. Like, if you have beef with him, tell him that. So, I don't know. We didn't see much of Santos this episode. That was, like, mainly her thing. Mel came back down from her deposition. Apparently it was rough. Worse than Ellis's. I don't know what happened, but like also the hospital protects the doctors, so. But she finally talked to her sister, Becca, found out she had a UTI, found out she had a boyfriend, they've been having sex. And she's kind of processing that all, and in the brief for next episode, I think, so we'll see, because everyone in the house is mad. Everyone's stressed. Javati, I felt so bad for her this episode. She was like crying the entire episode because obviously the stuff with her patient, and then McKay was talking to her, is like, just try to like talk to your mom, see if, you know, she'll understand what's going on with what you want to do in life. And then her mom comes down and starts to yell at her about almost losing a patient, and starts pressuring her to go back into surgery. Okay, right, mind your business. But then her and McKay again were with Roxy, the terminal cancer patient who is going to die in the next episode. Like, the end of this episode was crazy because it was McKay giving her more morphine, which would be the dose that probably kills her. And then it just cut to black. Right, okay. So I'm nervous. Javati, she was just crying, and like just tears the entire episode. And the actress, like, she's got the biggest eyes ever. So it was just like so sad. It was like watching like a tiny little deer just bawl her eyes out the entire episode. And you're like, please stop. Now we'll get to why I want Michael Rabinovich dead. Well, maybe I shouldn't say that, especially since we know what's going on with them. But Mohan, she is stressed. Her mom keeps calling, which at this point I'm thinking something's actually wrong with her mom, because she's called so many times. She called the red phone. I was like, I need to talk to her. Mohan's just ignoring her over and over again. Okay, and then they get sent out to chairs to go help people, and then she starts sweating, and then Joy's like, are you okay? And she's like, oh, I just need some air. And then she starts to leave, and her heart starts tightening up, and she can't breathe. So they take her back. At first they think she's having a heart attack, and everything comes back normal. She was having a panic attack because, you know, it's stressful, everything that's going on with her right now. And then Michael Rabinovich, I'm pulling out the full name, Michael, because he was at first worried. He's like, oh no, I don't want Samira to have a heart attack, obviously. And then everything came back normal, and he's like, oh, you had a panic attack because of your mommy issues? Those were legit words from this man. Panic attacks because of your mommy issues. And he starts belittling her, and then is like, go home. Oh, okay. So I remember somebody else having a panic attack last season, but I'm not gonna bring that up because I'm a kind person. So, and then, hold on, I need a breather. Okay. And then, after a while, Aoshimi's like, what the hell was that? Because, like, everybody witnessed ran out of storage. I'm back. Anyways, where were we? Aoshimi, she stood up for her, right? She was like, you need to get your empathy back. Like, you don't treat anybody like that, even if you think, like, oh, she's fine. She got him, and then I think Abbott's gonna get him too. That's also why she's number one. So, and then at the end, like, and not the end of the episode, he, like, goes and apologizes to her. But then we see in the preview, he's back at her neck. Get away from her. Genuinely, he needs to leave her alone. That's why she didn't ask him for a letter of recommendation. Because at the beginning, she was talking to Dana. She was like, where's Abbott? Like, I want to ask him for a letter of rec. She was like, he's sleeping. So I'm nervous. The next episode, so much is going on. So much is going on. We see Robbie at her neck again. Mel yelling at Becca. There's a kid that comes in. I don't know. Langdon brings a kid in, and Mel's there. I don't know. I can't even remember everything that was going on. But I think the episode's gonna start with us there with Roxy and with her family. Oh, next week's episode's gonna be rough, but I'm gonna be at home, so I'm so excited. I love the